Sorry, guys. Let's get into this. It's going to be today's topic video. It is going to be for the 15th um, of March. So kind of halfway through the month, right? Anyway, guys, I hope everybody's been having a good Mercury retrograde, blood moon, lunar eclipse. We have an Ace of Swords. There may be a chance to really clear out some of the confusion and the shadows. Somebody is seeing where an obstacle is, and they're either cutting through the fog so that they can see where the mountain is, or they literally are saying this mountain isn't a problem at all. In fact, it's a beautiful vista. There's a truth coming through, but we could have somebody who's cutting something out of their life on the 15th. Let's see if we can figure out which of those two storylines it may be. Princesses of sacred circles. Sorry, there's a lot of S's in there for my mouth. This would normally be the Page of Pentacles, which is a little tiny conversation, a little first step toward a conversation. Somebody could be cutting somebody off so they can't talk to them anymore. Nope, it's actually the reverse. We have the Seven of Sacred Circles, which is little tiny baby steps that are actually growing and giving someone a bigger picture. There's a truth coming through. Now, somebody is starting to understand what another person means, because there have been like little touches of, like understanding, little bits of communication. There could have been a couple of pieces of communication by this point in time, and now it's taking on the full picture of, oh, okay, there we go. Seven of Sacred Circles. Bit by bit, I'm getting a bigger image of what this is all about. It's building, it's growing, and it's time to harvest something. This is very nice. This is somebody who's realizing this matches energy very well. A Four of Wands is like, I almost feel like there's a comfort zone that's growing. There's whoever this is, and they could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, they are starting to realize that another person, possibly a feminine, who's been possibly an earth sign that has been consistently, but like unobtrusively, just like present, giving little bits of like support or nurturing or something. Those little pieces have added up to a bigger picture. I'm picturing somebody who's like put together a patchwork quilt, and it turns out that, all these little tiny squares of fabric are coming together into something quite beautiful. Or these little tiny, how we get to know somebody sometimes through tinier, shorter interactions, and then we realize, oh, I like that person. Well, it's like that, only it's more. It's more than I like this person. It's like, ooh, this person gets me. So if two people have been dating, they might have been on several dates by now, but it's striking somebody that this is a really special person to me. Six of Swords. Not only is this a really special person to me, but it's doing something to like calm my soul and heal me. I feel like someone is under the impression, well, they're coming to the realization, the clarity, I'll say, that somebody does not mean them any harm. Quite the reverse. They are supportive and kind. And on top of that, they are, laying things out in a way that let's, I'm going to say this masculine, no, this is a friend, not a foe. This is somebody they could like relax their energy with. And it's helping them to let go of some other problem or distress that they had. They're moving into calmer waters. Okay, so this is a King of Sacred Circles. Both times we see his eyes closed. We see him finding some kind of like inner peace because of this feminine's energy. So something about the way she conducts herself has been like a wonderful, like soothing balm to him, or something about the way she has approached him or connected to him has given him some type of like support that's, sorry, I'm going to sneeze. I'm trying so hard not to. I'm so sorry. I don't sneeze pretty, so I think crisis averted. I don't know, maybe that means something though, right? The almost sneeze, the attempted sneeze, maybe that means something. But to have this this vibe of an individual who wants this kind of peace in his life, it's subtly shifting him as he gets more comfortable, as he gets more stable, as he gets more calm. It is really making his heart rate, like beat in a beautiful, steady tempo, like as far as like the metaphorically speaking, like the way he feels about himself, his confidence in himself, his confidence in like, this feels amazing. This feels like something I can count on. It's really giving him strength. He's kind of eating up this knowledge and internalizing it. And it is like a spiritual settling within him as much as it is like how he interacts with the world around him. He just, I don't know how else to say it, but it's like he just matured into the best version of himself because of the kind of little droplets of support that he's been receiving. This essentially, knowing that he's looking at her as his Four of Wands, she is like an integral part of his life, his, not just his equal, but like the other pillar of strength. I'm picturing, a bridge that has to have like the right distribution of weight on it for a bridge to be stable, and those pylons, have to be really strong. And I feel like he's realizing she is one of those, and it is giving him greater strength. And it's like, wow, what we could build together now that I have somebody as soothing, as calming, as powerful, that is standing right beside me. And I realize that about her now. She's the kind of person who's got your back. She's the kind of person who stands beside you. She's the kind of person you can build anything with. You can build the empire with, you can build a bridge with, that'll have real stability, real weight bearing capacity. There is something super, I would say, spiritual happening inside of him right now. Ace of Wands. I feel like he's starting to experience some deeper, more profound kind of desire, but also love, also interest. This is a life-changing event because this is the Egyptian Ankh. So we know it's going to be all about like actual life. And we have the Sphinx here. This is the great mystery. This is, what depths there are to him. He hasn't experienced this before. This is mysterious even to him. This strange sense of peace, this same strange sense of belonging, and this deeper sense of passion and like inner knowing that this is my person, is how this comes across. Even he is a little bit like, something's different about me. Something's different. Because he met his queen. This is a king and a queen of sacred circles. This is a perfectly matched pair. So they could both be earth signs. They could both be, a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Doesn't have to be. But he's already like, I could see us, in this lifetime and every lifetime. I could see us from, whatever age we're at now, long into our era of rocking chairs. I can see us. There's he's, how do I say this? These two could be super young, even right now, but the bond that they share is like very old soul. That's the thing. This is very old soul kind of bond. It doesn't matter what age these two are at, but he's aware that as something is shifting inside of him, something quite mysterious, one of the things that is connecting him to is his old soul has found, a past life soulmate in her. But it just feels like this profound sense of wisdom. There's something else here. These two meet someplace very calm inside. I don't even want to call it like a 5D realm. It's like, we always talk about the 3D, which is a tangible world, and the 5D, which is, kind of like the intangible. But it's almost like we have to talk about some alternate space or some, some parallel universe, some void where just the two of them exist, where these two souls have like their own little space where they match up. And again, maybe it's just the past life element. Even he's still like, I don't understand what this is. I only know that it's there. I only know that there is this electric connection. She's got her eyes closed also. These two do a lot of maybe astral travel. Maybe that's where they meet. Maybe it's like they they have some kind of additional bond. Do they understand this? Does each one of them understand this? Let's ask about her. Queen of Pentacles, do you understand that there's some bond with him? Knight of Swords, there's this impulsive, talk about lightning, that's a great depiction of what lightning would be. Seven of Swords, she's like, yeah, I get these weird thoughts or something, that I think of him, but then I go, I'm definitely not going to announce that to anyone. So she kind of keeps it on the down low. She wouldn't probably admit that to anyone, that she has the same, sense around her that there's something special between the two of them. What about him? Nine of Pentacles. Well, I mean, obviously, this whole thing has been about him recognizing this, but the fact that maybe there's like an astral travel or something like that. We've got the Three of Cups for him, and the Nine of Pentacles. For him, it's a little bit more like, well, I want to be in her world. But you notice how these people are actually floating up in the sky talk about a depiction of astral travel. He might be just a little bit more logical about it, but we have people flying in both of these, as I'm asking, like, do they know that they have like this unique and otherworldly bond, or maybe they meet in the astral realm or something like that? And to have all these folk flying around, I would just say, although neither one of them is trying to talk about it, I'm going to say that yes, they know. But again, this is one of those things where it's like, it, you just don't say it. Honestly, this is very sweet, because it's as if there is a connection that exists that is just for the two of them, that is unique to the two of them, that they both recognize. It's like their own little secret language or something that exists between the two of them. But for him to have like really shifted into this awareness that this is no small thing, these little drips in a bucket have been adding up and giving him the full clarity. Or maybe we should say, one by one, these little wafts of clouds have left his mind to where he can see things clearly now. And he's recognizing just who she is to him. This is not some simple thing. This is I don't know if they're like reading each other's minds is kind of the way this comes across. Let's get another deck for that. What's that song? I Can Read Your Mind. Two of Wands. Instead of reading this card as I should, which is like, we have this option to go right or left, we're at a crossroads. I almost think that these two doorways almost depict the rooms that each one of them are sitting in. But it's like, I'm sitting on one side of a wall and you're sharing the adjacent room. And so I can like hear your thoughts. We both walk the same path and now we're sitting in separate rooms, but the only thing that's separating us is like some drywall and a couple of 2x4s. It almost seems like that. Like I can hear their thoughts. I can hear their thoughts, but it's muffled right now because they're not really, at least right now, I don't know how much they're in the exact same time and space. Got a Nine of Swords there. There's some worry. We've got the Temperance. If these two are kind of like reading each other's minds, it's weird because she's given him a ton of solace, right? She's not receiving the same thing from him. She's the one who's kind of stressed out and wondering if there's going to be some kind of balance. So as much as he's becoming certain, and as much as these two have an interesting bond, he's had some advantage to becoming more certain about her than she has about him. Why is that? Can we see why? King of Pentacles. Again, he shows up consistently as the King of Pentacles. He's super grounded. He's got everything that he needs, and he sees her. Like what he needs is coming from her, right? Her essence, the way she's handled him, whatever interactions they've had, has given him this huge reassurance. He has not yet given that to her. He's holding all the cards in this. Okay. Sorry, my baby. My dingo's got so much to say. We have the Chariot and we have the Hanged Man. Yeah, he's not moved toward her with this clarity yet. There's been a holding back for a period of time with the Hanged Man. Maybe because he had to get that sense of clarity. We're going to stop this here and let these two sift through it, because we know we're on the precipice of just this story being, he's figured it out on the 15th. Whatever comes next has to evolve after that. But my baby needs me. We've got to quiet the boy down. All right. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Bye, guys.